So 2 rules of burgers that I like to follow. Number 1.
All right. We're learning how to make burgers.
We're trying to make a TV show over here. Okay. So.
We are. Okay.
I'm a terrible cook, for real. I mean, just like take a look at some of these pictures of meals I've recently made. They're awful. I can never remember how long something has been cooking for, and I have no idea what spices go with what other spices. Where do you learn all of this anyway? Matt had a theory that I might be better at cooking with my deer meat. Let's find out.
So this is a venison sausage, summer sausage, not for sale, some game meat.
This week on the Great Colorado Cooking Classic, contestants Matt and Crystal will be attempting to cook the perfect venison burger with game meat.
One of the things I did with this the other day is I cut it up into little pieces and then put it in scrambled eggs.
Oh, yeah.
It was super good. Well, first I fried it in butter.
Breakfast of champions.
Okay, so
We didn't make hamburgers now.
What our contestants may or may not realize is that game meat is naturally very lean, so they'll need to add a source of fat to make the burger properly.
So first, speaking of bacon,
Yep.
very first thing, this is not game meat, but we are going to be frying some bacon.
Because this game meat is so lean, it's good to have a little bit of fat. Cook it in. If you're going to cook in fat, cook it in bacon. So we got our cast iron skillet. Start with cooking the bacon first. We'll take the cooked bacon out and save that delicious rendered bacon fat. Some of it, not all of it, and we'll sear up our burgers. Now I'm just going to shift from one side to the other, and I'm going to get out these fragments.
We didn't salt it.
Salt what?
The bacon. Unsalted bacon.
You put salt on bacon?
You put salt. Everybody? Oh, you don't put salt on bacon?
Okay, our bacon is done. We'll set that aside. So where do you want to play patty cake with burgers?
I have this bowl if we're going to put some spices
We are not
into it. We're just
ever in the history of anything ever mix anything inside a burger.
The kitchen heats up as Matt continues to berate Crystal for quite some time over her instinct to mix the seasonings into the burger patties.
I feel like I'm getting yelled at by my dad.
Only everything else. The 2 things about a burger. One is, don't mix it very much, because the more you mix it, you make all the protein chains in meat go like this.
Okay.
It makes a tough burger, which we don't want. So we're going to keep mixing to a minimum. And secondarily, if you make your burger right, and you use the appropriate fat in the pan, all you need to do is flavor the outside. And what we want to do is we want to sear the salt and the flavoring into a crust on the outside. So when you bite into that burger, you get the pop of flavor right in your mouth, and then the juice from the burger flows through and creates this miracle inside your taste buds.
Proper formation of the burger patty is key here.
And then once you get the ball, I use a palm of my hand to give my first smush. And then you can just use that flat part to go around.
It looks like Crystal is using the palming technique to form a patty about a 1/2 inch thick.
If I see a big crack, I'm kind of mid some.
Expert work here, ensuring there are no big cracks along the edges. Wonderful technique for such a novice.
As the meat sears, some of the salt, some of the flavoring is going to get dispersed into that liquid, and you're going to lose it off the burger. So you put what's called a salt crust on the top.
I like
a good solid layer of crust of salt. It looks something like this.
Good catch. The salt crust is exactly what we're looking for at this stage in the competition.
Place these in, start sort of on the outside, so the edge touching the edge, and just put it in.
A cast iron skillet will provide evenly distributed heat. However, placement of the burgers is still key. Will they get this right?
Small one, I'm going to put it in the hottest spot. Put the big one in the hottest spot. Okay, so we're going to have to wait for that too. Now we wait.
A close eye will need to be kept on the burgers as they can quickly go from done to well done.
So I have been cooking our steaks. I have been cooking those by myself. I bought this one. It's super gross. We used it once. I make jar after jar of this.
Crystal's Deer Rub. Even the ratings, 8-1, 1-1. Thanks, John. If you have a light golden crust, there it is.
Dang!
The other rule of burgers is you should only flip them once.
Like pancakes.
Yeah, like pancakes, and like a good steak.
Matt gave Crystal expert advice to only flip the burger once. Flipping the burger multiple times will cause the meat to toughen up. You really want to let the burger cook with as little intervention as possible.
Right now, all the heat has all those proteins stretched to their max, and if you don't let them rest and you cut into it, all will flavorful.
The final judging will be done by the harshest critics Matt and Crystal have yet to face, their very own family members. The burgers turned out perfect. Game meat is a bit trickier to cook than store-bought meat, but once you figure it out, it's totally worth the challenge. I was so proud to be able to feed my family and friends. The only thing missing was my infant daughter. I can't wait to be able to share a meal like this with her.
It took us 2 hours to film.
Matt was totally right. I cook amazing venison steaks, like I crush it. And my burgers are top notch, you guys. I am so careful with my venison that I hover over the stove, monitoring it like a hawk. I care so much more about my meat than store-bought meat. Not only that, but I want to cook it. If I had known that taking up hunting would make me care about my food this much and make me this much better at cooking, I would have done it a long time ago. Check out some of the recipes on the Colorado Parks and Wildlife website. I'll link to them in the YouTube description below. I also want to get recipes from you. What's your favorite game meat recipe? Leave it in the comments below. Please add extremely specific cooking instructions. Hey everyone, thanks for following along on my big game hunting journey. Hunting license dollars are a super important source of funding for the wildlife conservation work that Colorado Parks and Wildlife does for all species in Colorado, not just the game species you can hunt. So we want to make it as easy as possible for you to buy a hunting license. If you've ever thought about going hunting or just considered the possibility, be sure to hit up our website or give us a call for more information. We'll link all the information in the YouTube description. If you like this video series and you want to see more videos that we make at Colorado Parks and Wildlife, be sure to subscribe on the YouTube link below. Thanks for watching.